Thanks for tuning into the Suburban Toronto Real Estate Sales Report. I'm Debbie Gonin-Braun from Team Gonin at RE/MAX About Town. At Team Gonin, we specialize in residential real estate in the Oakville, Milton, and Burlington, Ontario areas. Today I'm going to discuss the latest sales results for these three areas. Just a reminder that I use information from two sources, the Oakville, Milton, and District Real Estate Board, or OMDREB as I call it, and the Realtors Association of Hamilton Burlington, the Hamilton Board, when compiling my statistics. The May highlights are as follows, and are definitely varied based on the area. The real estate market is definitely very strong in all three areas. For the first time, the number of sales in both Oakville and Milton have finally surpassed the number sold last year, while the number of sales in Burlington, however, is still down slightly year over year. There were 1,062 total sales reported on OMDREB for the month of May, and this is up 11% from last year. There were 1,561 total sales reported on the Hamilton Board, and this is up 7.8% from May last year, and it's also up 7.7% from last month. New listing inventory on OMDREB remains lower than it was in May 2010, with 1,659 new listings hitting the board. This is down approximately 4.1% from last year. However, the number of new residential listings on the Hamilton Board for the month of May was 2,410, and this is up a whopping 24.74% over May last year. The average and median sale prices in Oakville, Milton, and Burlington are all up year over year, and some are amongst the highest seen since 2008. We are definitely experiencing a hot real estate market, and I will discuss what type of market it is in my conclusions. I use charts to compare results for each town and city. Again, just a reminder that I'm not only comparing this year's results to last year, but I'm also reviewing those back to 2008. In the chart, the blue color are sales in Oakville in 2008, the gold in 2009, the red for 2010, and the green are for this year. For May, the results show that residential sales in Oakville were 391, which is up 13.3% from last year. And as you can see from the chart, it's the highest number of sales seen in the last 4 years. The average sale price in Oakville for May was $622,914, which is 7.9% higher than it was in May last year. And again, as you can see, it's amongst the highest seen in recent years. As I always mention, I like to look at median price. To me, it's a truer indicator of price, as it's a number that sits right in the middle of all sales, so it isn't skewed by one or two really high or really low sales. The median price for Oakville for the month of May was a whopping $550, up 11.4% from last year, and is the highest we have ever seen. The number of residential sales for Milton for the month of May was 215, and this is up 41.4% from May 2010. And like Oakville, it's the highest number of sales seen in any month since 2008. Milton's residential average price for May was $410,434, and this is up 1.2% from May last year, and very similar to what it was in March of April of this year. $397,100 was the median price in Milton for the month of May. This is up 6.8% year over year, and is the highest that we've seen this year, plus the highest since 2008. Burlington's sales remain lower than they were last year, with 366 residential sales taking place in May, and this is down 7.1% when compared to May last year. Although, as you can see from the chart, the number of sales in May was definitely the highest we've seen so far this year. The average sale price in Burlington for May was $422,110, and this is up 8.8% from last year, and again the highest we've seen since 2008. The median price in Burlington was $387,378, which is up 10.9% from May last year, and is also the second highest we've seen in 4 years. So what conclusions can we draw from these results? Well, new listing inventory is starting to increase again in Burlington, but it still remains lower in the Oakville and Milton areas than it has been in previous years. In normal markets, if there's any such thing anymore, the number of sales typically peak in the months of April and May, and then will generally pick up again for the fall market. We definitely saw an increase in the number of sales in Oakville and Milton this month, and it'll be interesting to see what happens for the month of June. The real estate market is very strong. The average and median sale prices in all three areas are up considerably over last year, and in fact some have the highest average and median prices seen since 2008. We define the type of real estate market based on the sales to listing ratio. A neutral market is considered when the sales to listing ratio is anywhere between 24 and 28%. It's considered a buyer's market when the ratio is below 24% and a seller's market when the ratio is greater than 28%. For the month of May 2011, the ratios are as follows. On OMDREB, the sales to listing ratio is 51.22%, and on the Hamilton board, they experienced a ratio of 62.57%, making them both a very strong seller's market, even though more housing inventory did come on the market this month. The best opportunity right now is for existing homeowners who would like to sell their home quickly and for top dollar. This is obviously great news for sellers, but please keep in mind that if you are a move-up buyer or if you're simply looking to buy another home, then you will most probably experience multiple offer situation when trying to buy that home. It is therefore critical that you have lots of patience. What to do next? Well, if you're a buyer that's looking to buy a home in the next few months, I would recommend that you attend one of our latte and learning sessions where we offer free home buyer workshop. It is critical that you understand what the market is doing and what advantages there are for you. Not only will you have a great cup of coffee, but at this workshop you will also learn about the entire buying process as we discuss all the details from start to finish, and we have presentations by all sorts of people involved in the process. The Home Buyer Workshop info can be found under the Buyers tab at the top of this blog site, www.suburbantorontorealestate.com. If your plans involve buying a home in the future, let's say within the next 6 to 12 months from now, I would recommend that you start to get house lists sent to you free by email. This way you can learn and watch to see for yourself what the real estate market is doing. Again, if you go under the Buyers tab on the blog site, you can select which home lists you would like to receive. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in to the Suburban Toronto Real Estate Sales Report for Oakville, Milton, and Burlington, Ontario. I'm Debbie Gonin-Braun from Team Gonin. Have a wonderful day.